Well, Ryan.
Yep.
Full circle means you do more than just C&D, right?
You gotta bring it all full circle.
So
man.
this is the tree debris side of your landfill.
That's right. So this is where all the tree waste comes, and we'll grind it up into two different products. It'll either go into the mulch, like you see right there, or it'll go into the compost operation where we'll break it down and turn it into a soil amendment.
So prime example, we got a tree company right here.
Yep.
Looks like they've taken some trees down. They're bringing you the brush. So he's gonna dump it out.
Yep.
His job is to sort through it. Looks like he's getting all the bottom debris out that doesn't. What a lot of people don't understand is mulch. You just can't grind this up.
Right.
You don't make mulch out of this.
That's right.
It's a big process of sorting through it. He sits there all day, he picks through it. He's picking through the stuff that he knows will make mulch.
Make good mulch, that's right.
You're not grabbing all the leaves, stumps, dirt, and junk like that.
No.
You have to have a pretty clean.
You got to segregate it through and get some clean, big stuff to make the best mulch that you can make.
Because I get a lot of people on YouTube, why aren't you grinding to just start making mulch? Prime example, that's probably $1 million grinder, isn't
that
it?
is, yeah, 1.4 if we want to
$1.4 million.
Yeah.
That's hard for me to justify to bring that to a 2-acre lot clearing.
Right.
You would price yourself out of the market. It's got to come to a facility like this where it's literally sitting there and you have a full-fledged operation just going
You got to feed. You got to feed it. And that's what these guys are doing. Bringing in that feedstock, but she'll sit there and just grind all
the volume.
day.
You're making volume.
That's right.
Because like on my entire job, I would end up with a pile like that, and it's not cost effective.
Not worth it. And so we're making space in the landfill too, because we pull out a lot of wood out of the landfill that'll come here.
Exactly.
So it's a win-win with the whole recycling operation.
So that's coming in. He's processing it. He's picking out the stuff that he wants to grind up, grinding it up. And then like this pile right here, it's got like the pine straw, dirt, crap in it. What are you doing with that?
So he'll selectively go through that, like you said, grab the larger stuff out, and then the stuff like this right here.
Yep.
That's what'll go to the compost operation.
So that gets stacked up, and then you'll screen through that or let it rot down.
We'll let it rot down. We'll add bacteria to it, let it break down, and then they'll run it through the trommel screen, and that's where you get your soil amendment from.
All right, prime example. All right, we got a pine log that just came in.
Yeah.
Do you separate anything out and like sell it as logs?
Yep.
If say you get half a truckload of pine logs, will you sell those?
Yeah, we will. We'll sort through it. If it's good lumber material, so my cousin actually has a sawmill.
Okay.
So we'll take that up there for board processing. And then if we get hardwood, we'll set it aside too to make like
firewood.
Well, no, actually a triple ground hardwood.
Okay, your hardwood mulch, yeah.
Now we do burn some of it.
But kind of like that pile over there looks like, well, I see some pine in there too, but that's your bigger chunk.
That's the bigger stuff, and we'll have to use a screw.
I saw the screw attachment over there.
Yeah, bust that up.
So right now, that's just a single ground mulch, correct?
Yep.
So that's phase one.
This is the primary grind. We'll let it sit there for a few months.
Okay.
Kind of age, and that'll open up the pores in the wood. Then they'll run it through the trommel screen to get all the fines out so that the fines don't absorb all of the dye.
Yeah.
Then they'll run it through the smaller roto chopper grinder. Excuse me. And then they'll add the dye to it, regrind it down smaller, and then you got your final colored mulch.
So like prime example, that's pine trees and everything. When somebody orders triple shredded hardwood mulch, there's no pine in it.
There's no pine in it.
So this is what is this? I mean, because this is just a hodgepodge of everything ground up.
Yeah. So with all of our dyed mulch, it could have pine in it.
It doesn't matter because you're dyeing it.
Right. But if we're after a true double ground hardwood, then it's only hardwood.
Hardwood.
They'll select that out and do that in a separate process.
Because when you grind all that up, you end up with a lot of needles, pine needles in it.
That's right.
But also, as you said, it's decomposing down some, you screen it out, so you end up getting a lot of that out.
Yeah, you get that stuff out, because if not, those fines and all that stuff just sucks all the dye.
Okay.
And you're kind of wasting your dye, and you're creating a less desirable product. Screen all that out, and you're left with just chips, and you've got a nice, beautiful mulch
product of that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so this is phase one. We'll check this out, and then we're going to go to where he's stockpiling it, and then we'll look at the second phase.
Let's go.
Let's do it. it ever has two exhaust pipes, it means it
They hold 500 gallons of fuel.
probably burns through it pretty quick too. Wonder how often they have to grind. Clearly they can,
I think every day.
I wouldn't say every day. I mean, you would go through, they could. Oh, she's about to eat. There we go. You can see the pine trees now. That load that just came in, you can kind of see all the pine needles in it. So that's got to be screened out because that's not really a desirable product right there. You don't get your nice red designer mulch out of that. Not, at least not with phase one. But Ryan will go through there and explain it. They're hauling all this to over there, and then it looks like they're dyeing mulch over here. All right, we are on step 2 here. We got it going through the grinder right there. He's scooping that up, bringing it over here to our second mountain of mulch.
Yep.
So normally this sits here at least a month.
Yep.
Maybe a little bit longer.
It ages a little bit.
You can see it's steaming. Oh yeah.
It's steaming, but that's helping it to open up those pores and to go ahead and darken the material up a little bit.
So it's sitting here, you got a good stockpile.
Yep.
Next step is after it's stockpiled here, you run it through the screener.
Yep, we'll go through the edge trommel.
The trommel. It's pulling out all the pretty much sawdust and smaller stuff, a little bit bigger, 1/4 inch and whatever.
Yeah, all your fines.
You don't want your fines in your mulch. You said that just soaks up all your dye.
That's right.
So that's coming over here into that pile. He's stockpiling it from there, and then it's going to phase 3, which is another grinder and color. So we'll have to go check that out. But you see the process, comes in on dump trucks, sort through it, grind it, bring it over here, stockpile it. Then it's got to be screened, stockpiled, and then if you're making brown mulch, black mulch, red mulch, it's whatever you want the diet to become from there, correct?
That's right. Then you can see the absolute final process over there of them loading it on the truck and going out. So there's your
full cycle, full cycle right there. We'll have to address the pallets over there too, but we'll walk over there and check that out.
All right.
Loads out here.
That's right. Yeah, all that pile we were just standing on.
All the small stuff's coming out of here. And then that goes into the windrows and mixed with your other stuff for compost.
That's right. So it'll break down for soil amendment, and then the product that makes it through the trommel screen, like we looked at up on top, that's going to be fed into the colorizer, reground down smaller, and then you got your final product.
So pretty much you don't end up with 4 to 6 inch long chunks.
No,
you know, that's not a pretty desirable stuff in your flower bed. So
no, so when
you take it, run it through there.
Yeah, they'll regrind it, run it through probably a 2-inch screen at that point. Get a nice smaller, more manageable, easy to spread, beautiful mulch.
Gotcha. Let's go check out that side. So is this technically your brown designer mulch?
Yeah.
Is what it's called?
Yeah, so this is our cherry brown that they're making today. One of our most popular colors. So we're going to need an absolute mountain of it.
A mountain of it. So he's literally just dumping it in there. It's re-grinding it down. And then how's the dye situation work?
So in that grinding chamber where it's actually being reduced in size, there's spray bars. So they're injecting that water and dye onto it in the grinder.
It's getting all mixed together. have to pick out any final thing that might have gotten into it.
Yeah, and it could be a nail or two, but by this time, most
It's already out.
everything's got.
Is there a magnet on that one?
Yeah, there's two.
Okay.
Two on that. So this
And then
just
your dye's in that barrel right there.
yeah, and we've got it hooked to water. So they got a 4-inch line coming over here. The dye will get injected into the water line, and that goes into the grinding chamber.
Okay. And it's just an electric pump or something.
Yep.
Sit there and pump it. So at this rate, I guess how many yards an hour are you think you're getting down to?
They're probably a little under 200 yards an hour.
Okay. Obviously that's making it a whole lot faster.
Right. Bigger screen
Bigger
size,
chunk.
bigger
Right.
machine. Yeah, he's probably double the production of this.
You're turning this down into a more desirable product.
Right. And everything's dialed in over there with the water and the dye mix.
Yeah.
You know, so that you're not putting too much, but you're putting enough.
In there.
Yeah.
So you're getting that and turning it into, you know, a more smaller product there. Pretty cool stuff. And you'll turn brown if you grab that right now, right?
Yes, you will. Yeah. So
Don't climb that pile.
and that's the other thing that kills us is the weather.
Yeah.
So we can't do it if it's obviously if it's raining or if it's gonna rain, we can't dye the mulch. So pretty days like today, we got to get to work.
Yeah. So how long does that have to sit before it's, I guess, dry enough where,
Yeah.
obviously I just grabbed that, I didn't get,
At least 24 hours.
24 hours
we
for it
let
to
it
really
sit
soak in.
before we load it up. Yeah.
so right here, pretty much you set the stacker up right there to make that pile.
Yep.
You'll do this here, and then for your black mulch over there.
Yep. We just move
Just kind
around.
of keep rotating out.
Yep. We rotate around the of course the stockpile.
Yeah.
So it's
So you don't have to move it so far.
yeah.
Well, that makes sense. You get a big order for that, you're like, all right, we need to stop doing this, make some more of that.
Got to move. Yep. And it's springtime, man, and we about to get busy.
And then, now, are these your trucks
Yeah,
too?
these are my trucks. And so this load, more than likely, will go to a landscape supply yard,
Okay.
and they'll dump it in their bins, and then they sell it to homeowners, you know, by the yard. Occasionally, it'll go to a big mulch job, maybe a blower truck is there or something, and they need a lot to do a big job.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's going to a landscape supply.
So it's literally full circle. The
Yep.
brush comes in, you separate it out,
Yep.
making mulch, and now he's loading it into the truck to go to another, your wholesaler
Yep,
for the supplier.
that's right.
And how many yards are these trailers?
These are 95, but it also depends
On weight?
weight.
Yeah,
So if the material's real wet, you know, you might get 80-ish.
because the most you can do is what, 80,000?
Yeah, 80,000.
Now do you scale your trucks out to make sure they're not over?
Yep.
You say the high lift bucket was a
That was a win right there.
win?
Yeah, because you know these trucks, these live floor trailers are tall, and that thing is just that's been an awesome.
To get it up there.
Purchase,
How
right.
many yards is that? It looks like about 7 or 8
I
yards.
think it's
ain't it?
8 yards.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's an 8 yard. And the material's
So
pretty light.
yeah, well
too,
still, I mean that's still
you know, but
almost
that's
10,
a lot of material.
10, 11 bucketfuls or more than that to fill
yeah.
fill the truck up. Oh, you don't have the screen on there so you can't see it.
Mm-mm. Yeah, we got twin 960s around here, and I got another.
Okay, so you got 2 of those.
Yeah, and then I got a 955 on the way. So this is a big front end loader operation around
Absolutely.
here, just moving stuff from
Shuffling
pile to
stuff
pile,
around.
feeding machines, loading trucks. Yeah, heavy on the front end loaders around here.
A lot going on. Pretty cool. So we'll let them come back, and I think I can reach the camera up there and watch them dump it in there.
All right, cool.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed the process of making mulch from the start to finish. Brush coming in, going through the grinder, stockpiled. Obviously the screener's not working, but that screen goes into that pile, reground and dyed. And then, like I said, full circle goes from there into the truck to the mulch yard or distributor, whoever is the customer for that load. Pretty cool operation. Here we go again, concrete crushing.
Something different.
Something different. Yep. So, no need to bury concrete, right?
Nope, let's reuse it and give it another life. And so all this concrete right here is either pulled out of the landfill or folks will just bring in
For example, I see a concrete truck coming over there. Is he pouring blocks or is he?
So if they've got all the molds full, then he'll just dump it right here. We'll let it harden, run it through the crusher and turn it into a recycled aggregate.
Okay.
Kind of a mix of where it comes from.
So you keep your stockpile here, you have your jaw crusher, and I guess they're your
double deck screen.
It's a screen. So I guess you're making surge stone and ABC?
Yep, surge stone and crusher run or ABC.
Is what we call it.
Yeah, the surge stone we'll use a lot for loggers, like for entrances to keep the roadway clean. We'll use it here at our own site. And then of course the crushed concrete, driveways.
You end up with your two piles right there.
Yep.
And I guess if you really wanted to screen it, you could get smaller stuff out of it.
Yeah, you certainly
So they're bringing it in. Now, I see some big chunks here. Do you have a hammer or do y'all pick it up and drop it?
Yeah, no, we got a hydraulic hammer. We'll come in periodically and kind of prep the material. Get it down to, we're like about a basketball size chunk.
It just crushes a lot better.
A lot better. Yeah, because you clog that machine up.
You got a pain.
It's going to be a long day.
So pretty much he needs it broke up where it fits in that bucket nice and easy.
That's right.
And dump it out.
Yep, it'll fall down in the jaw. I think they probably got it set to probably a 4-inch right now. And then the screen, you know, I think it's 1.5 inches minus for the ABC. It's probably about a 4-inch surge stone.
So he's made these piles and then the loader comes over here.
Yep.
Stockpiles them.
Yep, stockpiles them and then the trucks will come through right there and get loaded out.
Load out, then you scale out. Everything's sold by the ton. Comes in by the ton and
goes out by the ton.
This has got the magnet on it where it separates out the metal from it. And the screener making a surge stone type material. And the ABC. Get the bird's eye view from everything.
rock print. I think some of the horses are down that way.
So pretty much you have mold set up, and every time a concrete truck is finished a pour, say they have a yard left, half yard, whatever, if they don't want to dump it out on the ground, they bring it here and wash out. So now you have the molds for these blocks, and these blocks are, what you're pouring is just your regular, what are they, like 2x5 or something?
We got 2x2 by 6s, and I also have jumbos, which are 2x3 by.
Oh, heavy blocks.
The big ones.
So you got corner blocks, decorative blocks,
cap blocks.
We'll have to go over there and check out the fancy ones.
Yeah.
But all it is just a mold, right?
That's right. Yep. So they just put a decorative mold on the inside if they're making those that day.
So this one's empty.
Yep. This one's empty, and so there's your rock mold.
Okay. So that goes in the bottom.
Yep. So that'll give you your rock print.
There's your rebar for your hook.
Your lifting hooks. Yep.
So when the concrete truck comes here, is it his responsibility to fill this, or do you have a dedicated person?
I got a dedicated person, which he's at lunch right now.
Yeah.
He'll be back here, and his job is to fill up every one of these
and screed them off.
And he'll vibrate them too to get the air bubbles out. That's how they get such a nice finish.
If not, you just end up with a hodgepodge of
just kind of be pitted up a little bit. So
exactly.
They'll vibrate them. They got this giant vibrating wand. They'll come and put it in there, and then they'll sit overnight. And the next morning, break them all down, stack them.
Come over to the loader, just pick them up or whatever.
Yeah, we got a JCB lift.
Okay.
Telescoping lift over there.
So that pretty much overnight they've cured enough. Take the molds off, and literally all you do is just pull that handle.
Yep, pull that, and the sides fall down. They hook them, stack them, and do it all over again.
And just keep everything sprayed in form oil, so that everything just comes right off.
Yeah, they got a whole vat of it. And we use that old tire crusher to bend the rebar for the lifting iron.
That's cool.
Oh, okay.
I was wondering what it was.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's an old rim crusher. We kind of.
You just put the rebar in there, and it just almost like a log splitter
we
almost.
Kind of jerry rigged it, but yeah, that's how they make the lifting irons.
Oh wow.
Right there. Yep.
And then if it's not enough concrete, they'll just pour it out up there, let it dry.
Yeah, if it's not enough, or if all the forms are full.
So you get a bunch of trucks in one day.
There. So we use it one way or the other, but you know, obviously it's more profitable. To make the blocks versus making the recycled concrete aggregate.
So these are your standard ones, and then those are the jumbo ones?
Yep, those are the jumbos down there. Yeah, those jumbo ones, they're like 5,300 pounds.
I'm about to say, these are like 3,000 and 3,500 pounds a piece, aren't they?
32, I think. 32 and 53.
That's pretty cool. Let's go check out what are these? Are those your top caps?
Yeah, those are top caps.
Okay. Let's walk over here, and I guess anybody, see, I haven't seen these, but I guess most people don't, they rather just make the plain and simple ones.
Yeah. But these decorative ones, I mean...
Those right there, you probably charge more for those, don't you?
Yeah,
a little bit more.
Yeah, a little bit more money for the decorative.
But that makes a nice wall. I mean, most people, when I talk about blocks, are like, that doesn't look the greatest in the world. But literally, all you gotta do is just put that that mold there in the bottom of it.
Mold there, and a lot of industrial businesses, you know, they want something that looks a little bit more nice, or
pleasant than, I mean, for a
wall.
landscape yard, that's great for, you know, your bins and everything.
Right.
But that leaves a nice finish right there.
Nice finish too. I really like the brick ones.
Yep. And then, so when you pour it, is this that's the bottom, isn't it?
That's the bottom, yep.
So you have a mold that puts those connections.
Yep, so it's got these...
is it, and then there's a recessed on the other end, or how does that work?
Recessed on the other end? Yeah.
Or there's a hole for these to stack into?
Yep. Yep, so they just interlock just like Legos.
Wow.
Yep.
This is awesome.
And then you have these.
So cool.
Isn't the horseman cool? Yeah.
The horse people?
Yeah, so we're in a horse country around here, so I said, hey, let's get us the horse mold. We actually got one on the entrance to our our landfill too. That my niece came and painted up. And
oh wow,
that's awesome.
Made it look all pretty. Yeah, they do a good job around here, man. Just making some nice.
That's nice.
That's
awesome.
Blocks.
Well, I mean,
every once in a while you get colored concrete that comes in. So that was somebody was doing a colored concrete job. So
they ordered.
If you're looking for 5 pink blocks.
And it looked like they ordered about 5 or 6 extra yards.
That's it.
That's all for those conduit pours for electrical conduit.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You probably sell, which ones do you sell the most of? Just those?
Standard, yeah.
Just the standard ones?
2x2x6.
I have to give you credit. Yours look a lot better than a lot of I've seen. I mean,
we appreciate it. We try, man.
They're bad. Some of them can be kind of bad, but these look really good. It's the ones that are like 3 different pours in one.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, let's just dump it out.
Yeah. And that vibrating really does the trick.
Oh yeah.
Because most people don't do that.
Oh
That's
no,
when
you
got
end up.
chunks falling
Yeah.
off. They're all pitted up and look horrible. Yeah, they do a good job around here.
Y'all got a good operation going on here. I like this.
I like it.
You like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
All right, what's next?